Are you digging?
I'm kind of digging the music. What is this?
But are you digging?
I'm digging it.
Are you starting to
like
dig?
it.
Are the Bears starting to dig?
Apparently, they're starting to dig in Arlington Heights.
Already? They're digging?
How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Windy City Digits. I'm Carl. That's Vic. Thanks for tuning in today's video. Today, we're going to be talking about the Bears. And there's been some news lately about the Bears, not so much about on the field, but more off the field, and dealing with the potential move to Arlington Park, or what was known as Arlington Park, out in Arlington Heights. So, Vic, I'll kind of let you take it from here.
Well, you see the old stadium before it was renovated, right?
That is the classic, not the saucer.
Yeah, look at how awesome that looks. I've missed that look, haven't you?
Like the horseshoe type look?
Yeah, it was nice. I mean, you literally could see outside the stadium better if you were like at the top rows. You could see out to the lake.
But you know what the gripe was about? You know what the gripe was about that field, right?
What was the gripe, man?
The biggest gripe is that most of the seats were in the end zone. Even if you look at that shot, you can see a majority of the seats are in the end zone.
I remember sitting back up there, man. I was at the top.
Yeah.
But it was still, they were good seats. They weren't bad seats.
No, but I mean, compared to modern stadiums.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, they're closer and up like tiers. So,
yeah.
All right, so that's the old stadium.
Okay.
And then we're looking at, I mean, I think most people never really cared for the new stadium. Did you?
I don't care for the aesthetics on the outside, like the space saucer type of look.
There it is. Can you see it all right?
Yeah. I mean, look, I've been in there multiple times for multiple like concerts. I've been in there for soccer games. I've been there for multiple events, right? I once you get inside,
yes,
I like it.
Me too. Know? But the aesthetics, it looks terrible.
Yeah, from that standpoint, it's not terrible. But when you compare it to modern football, NFL pro stadiums, it's old.
Yeah, it's underwhelming, man.
You know, that's the biggest thing.
And what is it? What is it? I don't even know how many fans it fits. Why don't you look that up?
I think it's.
Why don't you look that up while we're doing this? And then what I'm going to do is so the Bears obviously are considering going to Arlington Heights. And they actually put some money down. I don't know if you knew that. They put over, let's see, $125,000 for with the village for studies of the stadium proposal. And they also included, this is interesting, I never heard this before, a former baseball executive's proposal to add a minor league baseball complex to the site. Did you know that?
I didn't know that. That'd be stupid.
Why do you say that?
Because you're not. There's already like there's Impact Field over by Rosemont, right? If you're gonna build a modern football stadium, you're not going to put a baseball field. You're going to put in restaurants. You're going to put in other attractions. You're not going to put that. That's a total waste of space if you're going to do this.
All right. Well, I think I think they might be thinking something else, buddy. So Carl just mentioned if they build it, they will come.
You said that, but okay.
No, you kind of said that actually. And I think you were thinking of this.
No, I was not.
So I think you were thinking of this in a minor league team for the Sox in Chicago.
No.
Okay.
Incorrect again. But look, if they're going to move to, it sounds like they own the land. They've already, basically purchased the property, right? Yeah. They've already told Chicago and Lightfoot, look, the only project we're looking into right now is Arlington Heights. We're not interested in a dome over Soldier Field. They're not interested in anything like that. This is a 100%, like, this is all about the money, right? It's not only getting a modern stadium that's going to be a dome stadium, right? It's also about making sure that you can hold other events there, concerts, Final Fours,
Mhm.
other events, maybe even a combine, maybe even an NFL combine, right? You can hold all those events there, and the Bears keep that money. Like right now, the Park District owns Soldier Field. So they have
Mhm.
no say. Like one of the biggest complaints over Soldier Field is the field, the actual physical field itself,
Yeah,
which the
people
Park
used to get
District,
hurt a lot.
yeah, the
Yeah.
Park District does a lousy job of taking care of that thing, right?
Yep.
So I don't blame the Bears for doing this. But again, if the Bears are going to do this with moving to Arlington Heights, they're going to have to do it with, uh, you know, restaurants and other attractions in that area, because it's kind of like Wrigleyville, right? You want people to be there before the game, after the game. You want them there.
Yeah. So I don't see why looking at a minor league team as a possibility is going to limit that access.
If
So
you have a minor league team,
it's no
it's
way.
only usable in the summer. If you have restaurants there, that's usable year round, and
Of
you're
course.
getting income from that.
Yeah. Well, what makes you think you're going to be limited to it? It's huge. It's a huge amount of acreage. So if you look at what they're proposing, they're actually saying that they only need. Let's see, how many acres is there? It's a 326 acre site. And they're estimating they only need 10 to 15 acres for the project. So, I mean, there's a ton of space there. I don't know if you
Okay,
realize how much space is available.
look, I've been.
I had
I'm
no
not
idea
ashamed.
that
I'm not ashamed to
that
say
much
I've been to
space
Arlington
there.
Park more than once or twice in my lifetime, right?
I
And
know, and you'll be
uh,
missing.
I bet a couple times on the ponies there, right? It's a huge piece of land, right? But you're look, if you're going to use that facility, you want to do it to where not only are you building a stadium, you want to build a practice facility there. You want to build restaurants. You want to build maybe another Bears Fit location right there, right? The workout
So do you
facility, right?
think they're not thinking of this? Is that
Oh,
why you're saying that?
I think they absolutely are. But I think when they do something to do the research, like, what else can we build on here? What else can we put on here? I just think putting a minor league baseball team, you're
Mhm.
limiting yourself to using that piece of property. You're only going to gather income from that property during the summer. That's it. You're not going to be able to use that piece of land. And like Impact Field over in Rosemont, that's only used in the summer.
Yeah, I see what you're saying now. Now you see what, yeah, I understand. Hey, did you know that Soldier Field is still, after the renovation back in 2003, is still the second smallest stadium in the NFL?
Yeah,
The capacity is 61,500,
correct.
and it used to be 45,000.
Yeah.
That's pathetic.
And that's why, look, don't if you think they could increase capacity to 80,000, don't you think they'd still sell out every single game?
Yes.
And not only that, like, look, recently I went there to go. You've been there before to watch Coldplay. I've been there to watch Coldplay. Place is packed. You don't think they're
Yep.
going to gather? You don't think they're going to get more big name concert stadium tours to go there?
They absolutely
Um,
are. Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yep.
Um,
No, totally.
so,
What do we
I,
need? So you saw Lightfoot. I mean, you mentioned Lightfoot, right?
yep.
So Lightfoot tweeted this out and tried to show like an example of what a new campus would look like with a dome.
Okay.
And did you hear how the Bears responded?
They said we're not interested.
Yeah, wasn't that great? I
Yeah, they
loved
said
it.
we're not interested. They said all they said was that look, we're only looking at Arlington Heights. It's too little. It's too late. All the things that the city is trying to provide or talk about still benefits the city. It doesn't benefit the Bears. By putting a dome over it, great. You put a dome over it, but if they want to have stadium concerts in there, guess who benefits? The Park District, the city, not the
Yeah.
Bears,
Yep.
right?
No, absolutely. Yeah.
So I see complete look, and when you look at some of the other stadiums that were built, SoFi, Arlington, right, Texas Stadium, even the Giants Stadium, right, in New
Mhm.
York, you see some of these big, gigantic stadiums that are built. Those are owned by the football teams, and they make money on those year round.
Look at
So
this. Look at this knowledge you have. The Bears lease with Soldier Field expires in 2033, but the team could opt to break it in 2026 for a penalty.
which is about right because it'll take about 4 years to build a stadium.
Correct. And I also didn't realize that the Bears proposed upgrades for the stadium. They've had talks with the city, and the city has continually just said, no, we're not doing that. And they actually looked into a new sports book to take advantage of the legalized gambling in Illinois.
Yeah.
And they were also told to go take a walk.
Yeah. Oh, look, it wasn't until Arlington Park decided to close and that property became available. And the Bears kind of eyed that and took advantage of it. And now the city kind of screwed themselves, right? They had opportunities to work with the Bears to try to make sure that was their home period going forward. And they didn't do it. So now I don't blame them.
Look at this. I find this fascinating. Okay. So this is just documents where this is what I was talking to you about, the minor league baseball complex to the site. They're actually saying right here in the middle, in the email to February to Mayor Tom Hayes, Larson wrote that the baseball fields would host 4 to 6 teams of undrafted college players. Yeah, I don't see that. I don't see that being that successful either.
And again, it's only part of the year, right? I mean, You're talking about April. Minor league baseball goes from March or April to August, September. And that's about it.
So they're literally talking about this as a partnership with the Bears, this idea.
Yeah, of course. Well, that's because they want a piece of the pie. I mean, look at that beautiful stadium, right? I mean, but you also have to account, they're talking about just the physical space for the field. You haven't accounted yet for parking, any entertainment, anything like that, right? Because part of that is that they still have to get through the zoning of Arlington Heights, right? Because you put that kind of traffic in their entertainment district there year round. Anyone in Chicago knows, trying to get a place to eat in Schaumburg on a Friday or Saturday night is practically impossible.
Yeah,
right?
It's pretty busy. Yeah.
If Arlington Heights were going to be like that, it's probably going to be just as busy, if not busier.
Mm-hmm. So do you know how many seats we need to have a Super Bowl?
That's a great question.
Take a guess. Unless you have
I'm going to guess 90,000.
Okay, shocking. It must have a minimum of 70,000.
Which the Bears don't even qualify for, even if they wanted to.
No, I mean, that's what that was the criticism of that renovation, was it wasn't going to get them up to the possibility of doing that. So
right.
Yeah. So I'm just assuming you are for the move to Arlington Heights.
Hey, look, I am for the move to Arlington Heights, assuming they can get the whole traffic thing figured out. Does that mean 53 has to go north? Then expand that going north. You got 4 years to figure it out.
That'll take a lot of years to build that going up north. They've had lots of problems with that. And so it's working with the Department of Transportation that's going to be the issue.
Yeah. So, I mean, just because the on and off ramps for 53 at Northwest Highway and Euclid, those ramps are going to be swamped on game days.
Well, it is happening, and if anybody needs a parking spot over by me, I could drive them over for a small fee. Windy City Digits working its magic.
Working, yes, just shameless plug.
All
right, well, let us know what you guys think about the Bears move to Arlington Heights in the comments below. Again, we do appreciate everyone's been tuning into the channel and watching our videos. We do appreciate you guys. If you haven't had a chance yet, hit the like button, hit the bell so you get notified on future videos, and hit the subscribe. And if you haven't had a chance yet, follow us on Twitter also. So thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll see you in the next video. Peace,
love,
and digits.